I'm sitting here playing my game. Sitting here playing PS5, y'all. And that news came across the screen. I don't know what we gonna do. Move stuff out the way. Got mail over here and stuff. um, Happy Sunday, everybody. Let me turn this volume down. Turn this volume down. Happy Sunday. That news came up and it's just like, damn, 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 damn. Whew. That's a lot of money, y'all. It's a lot of money. I don't even know what the years is. I just know what the average is gonna be. And there's a new type of deal in town where players are demanding trades in order to get their stuff done. So what that lets me know is that DK just wants a new deal. What's going on, man? It's a shout out from South Padre Island. Hey, I've heard South Padre Island is lit, bro. Let me know, man, because I've always wanted to go visit it. I got a boy that lives in Texas who's been trying to get us to go to South Padre. So let me know how that is. What's up, DC for life, Mr. Brightside? What's up, Lola? How you doing, Lola? I gotta say your name like that because I've heard Mark Holmes say Lola like a million times that way. So I gotta say it. What's up, Nisi? How you doing? The market is set, man. And shoot, hold on. Let me pop my energy drink real fast. Shit, Terrence Parsons said it. He said yesterday's price is not today's price. It done popped up, y'all. It has popped up, and the top player who's older, 40 million a year, 40. That's a lot of M's, y'all. I'm sorry. I knew it was gonna be too rich for my blood anyway. I never really got my hopes up for Myles Garrett. Quite frankly, I wish I didn't get my I wish I didn't get my hopes up for DK because I'm pretty sure he gonna follow suit. We saw it happen with Stafford. You know, these agents talk and they know exactly how to get exactly what it is that they want. And this is what the trend is going right now. This is the trend right now. It is to ask for a trade or trade, and then next thing you know, somebody signed. Because what you're looking at right now is teams are either a lot of teams are cutting some of these veterans too, like Jonathan Allen, for example. He's going to get cut. I don't think Cooper. I think Cup is going into the market. Wilson said, to be honest, Cowboys were not going to get both DK or Miles. I mean, you ain't wrong. It's just wishful thinking. And we know that the Cowboys front office, we know that the Cowboys they listen to the fans. They're listening to the fans. They might not listen to the idiot radio people that's what Jerry said or something like that. Like I don't think the people on the radio are idiots. I don't think they're idiots, but the way he said it was when Jerry went off and went on the rails, he's pretty much talking about I listen to fans, and you start to see them move in the direction to listening to the fans, and I think that led to them getting Osa done. I think that led to them creating money with CD and Dax contracts with restructuring them early. I don't know that they could foresee that happening, but with that being said, this is exactly why I was saying go hammer it home with Micah first. Get it done. Your top guys, get the top guys done first, and then everybody else falls in line. Your priority being Osa just costs you so much more money with Micah, who's a guy who said that he would take less or, make a. Now Micah's going to ask for the Brinks truck, especially if you guys don't bring in any help. There's no incentive for him to take a team-friendly deal up front if you're going to go do that. You know what I mean? So I think you lock him in now because then next year you're looking at a restructure if you're trying to bring some guys in or you're trying to keep guys and stuff like that. You got to pay your top guys. And those are the guys that you hit the button on when you're restructuring their deals and stuff like that. By the way, we got 28 people in here. If you can, hit that like button. That way we let more people know that we are talking this, because we want to talk it out, and I want to talk to the fans a lot more, because I mean, quite frankly, I am a fan. So the last couple of days, it's like I have been somewhat MIA, and I do want to talk about that. The last 2 days I was at a coach's clinic out in Herndon. So you guys know I'm in Virginia. So is out in Herndon. It's called Dulles. And what happens is they have some professional coaches come in. They have some college coaches come in. They have some successful high school coaches, and it's called the Glazier Clinics. So with the Glazier Clinics, they offer it in different cities. I've actually thought about going out to Dallas and doing it. So if there's anybody in Dallas, maybe next year I'll pop out to Dallas and do the Glazier Clinic out there, and just get a different feel for a different area. But they have these clinics every year, and the college coaches, they go on tour and stuff like that, and they have specific things that they talk about. I sat in on the running backs. I sat in on press coverage. But long story short, it made me realize that there's a lot more with football than what meets the eye. And obviously, sometimes knowing how the steak is made, how the food is made, how the hamburger is made, how the bologna is made, like sometimes it can be a little overwhelming when you see like people liking certain products or whatever. Like, oh, I know how a Big Mac's made. Like, do you know what McDonald's does behind the closed doors and all that type of stuff? So I was getting to a point now where I'm looking at the landscape of things. I'm looking at content creators. I'm looking at what the fans like and all of that stuff. And I realized that we're starting to we're starting to eat too much McDonald's. We're starting to like too much of eating out instead of homemade cooking. Meaning like we're demanding less from our content. We're demanding less. And that's not what I got into this for. I got into this to really kind of help educate, but also be a fan at the same time. And with what I'm looking at and with what I'm looking at the landscape, it's just it's really tough to come back to that after a weekend like I just had. It's really tough to come back to McDonald's after I just learned how to make, I don't know, how to make a filet mignon. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's really tough to come back to that. So I often fight with that. I fight with creating content because sometimes I don't know. Sometimes I don't know if some of the things is appreciated. Me and Tuck, we talk about that all the time. Mike asked a question. If Ashton's not there 12, do you go O-line or wide receiver, get RB in the third? So, honestly, can I do a flip? That's funny. Quite frankly, if Ashton's not there, I don't know if there are other people that I love right there. I'm gonna take the player that I love. I don't know that I want to move back because this draft is full of players that you like. It's a lot of players that you like. You know what I'm saying? Oh, like for example, I like Luther Burden. I like Emeka Egbuka. I like Mike Green. I like Josh Simmons. I don't love those guys. I love Ashton Genty. I love Omarion Hampton. And again, there's still a lot of players that I have to go through. I love Ted McMillan. I love the corner from Michigan, Will, I forget what his last name is, but I love his game. I love Abdul Carter. I probably wouldn't pass up on Abdul Carter even with the injury. I probably wouldn't pass up on it. That's just me, though. Like, I stay and pick the player that I love at 12 instead of moving back and taking a player that I like. And the reason that I say that is I think that's what we did last year. We loved Graham Barton, I believe. And that's who we wanted to get, but we tried to get more value by moving back, which we ended up getting Cooper Beebe too. But with that being said, it costs you a player that you love. And then now we're trying to figure out what to do with Tyler Guyton. there's no allegiance to Tyler Guyton. And quite frankly, I don't think that you should do first round picks like that personally. Like if it's somebody like hell, if it's somebody you don't like, I mean if it's somebody that you like or whatever, I don't know that you give up somebody you love for somebody you like. That's just me in the first round. So I stay and pick. I probably stay and pick. But if it's a bunch of people that I like at 12 and all the people I love that's gone, yeah, I'll move back because then I can get more picks and stuff. But I hope that I answered your question. I might even go defense personally. It all just depends on. Now, I can't tell you who the Cowboys love. I had to go off of who I love. But if it's somebody they love there and damn what everybody thinks, but if they love them, then go ahead and pick them. But that's just my strategy in the draft as far as Ashton Genty goes. And a lot of people believe he's going to the Raiders. I don't know if he's going to the Raiders. We'll see. Draft day, a lot of things happen. Quarterbacks come up the board. I know they got Geno, and they're looking to extend Geno. I personally think that's a terrible decision for the Raiders to do, but hey, I'm not a Raiders fan. All right. Albert says we're going to be going places now with this new staff, seeing a few games, and I think Shoddy right there in front of 5 in the players or picking them up. It's going to be a different player on the field. And the thing about Shoddy that I like that he didn't just hire his buddies. I think Stephen Jones said that. I forget who pointed that out, which content creator. I'm sorry if it's, if I'm losing that right now, but I do like that. It might have been Vach Brian or something like that, because I watch a lot of content creators, so I forget. And if I didn't give you the credit that you deserve, I apologize for that. But he didn't just hire his buddies. He went out and he had a interview process, and he hired the right guys for the job, so that from top to bottom, the coaching staff is unified. I think oftentimes we had too many philosophies with Mike McCarthy's staff, and they never quite married each other. I think probably the closest to it marrying each other might have been when Quinn was here a little bit, but outside of that, like, I still don't think that we had a staff top to bottom that believed everything the head coach was saying, and then they embodied that. It seems like everybody's speaking the same language now. You don't got Chinese Mandarin over here, and then, German over here, and Swahili over there. You know what I'm saying? Like, seems like everybody's in one accord for what they want to do. Now, if we want to be physical, right? If we want to be physical, you got to set the tone with that. If we want to run the football, you got to set the tone with that. In my opinion, guys, if we don't pick up a free agent running back, like one of the top ones, I'm not picking a lineman at 12. I'm not picking up offensive lineman. Defensive lineman, I'm okay with. The offensive lineman, not so much. I think we have enough to try and build there with our coaching staff, instead of just throwing another lineman there. Because if you just throw another lineman there, that doesn't mean that you are committed to running the football. It just doesn't mean that. With how this organization has shown, and again, Shoddy's different, so we got to give him a chance. But all I can go off of is what I know. And this organization, with how they attack it, when they get a lineman, that doesn't mean they're going to commit to the run. All it means is a lineman can either go forward with the run, or he's a good pass protector. Just because they get a lineman don't mean we're going to commit to the run. It might mean we're going to air that thing out again. And so, guess what? Shoddy was here when we was airing that thing out. You know what I'm saying? So, I can't let him off the hook for that just because he wasn't the guy calling the plays. I got to see something different. We have to, and the only way that happens is that happens during the season. That happens during the year. But if they do commit to getting a running back, with number 12. I could get behind that with them saying, because I know Dallas isn't going to waste that pick if they aren't going to run it, or if they're not going to feature that person. So that's where I'm at with that, guys. As far as that pick, I know that might have been long-winded, but long story short, I kind of want to get back to what I was saying. Is that, like, coming back from that coach's clinic has me wanting to think, like, should I pivot on just talking like actual football, talking actual coaching for people who want to learn or get into coaching? Should I get into should I do content where I'm showing, that I'm working with kids and helping them hone their skills? Should I go back to boxing? It's a whole bunch of different things, but I do know this, right? The off-season talk is always crazy, and there's always something different. And today it just so happened to be that Myles Garrett got his deal, and I know that that was a hot button issue because we're looking at Micah's deal. And again, now the market is set. Now, what I will say is this: I don't think that Micah is better than Myles Garrett. I think Myles Garrett is the best player in the league. I know that Micah Parsons loves Myles Garrett like that too. And he might even be able to tell you that. Myles Garrett is one of one. Micah's one of one too. Don't get me wrong. Micah's one of one, but Myles is one of one. And I think that it's going to be hard for Micah to say, "Oh, I'll take $25 million a year." After that deal, and then the NFLPA look at him with a straight face. That's just not going to happen. He's going to at least make 38. He's at least going to make 38. Just because I think it's about what? He's at least going to make 38. I'm just going to tell y'all that right now. There's no such thing as him taking like a team-friendly deal where it's just, "Oh, I'll take 25. Not happening. So that's why this is news to us Cowboy fans. It's news to us because it affects how things are going to go forward. Now we know that the contract negotiations will probably be really, really, really ugly. But I would have led with that because let's say that Dallas had the same urgency to sign Micah that they did Osa. We might have a deal right now, and then Myles got that $40 million, and we ain't caring, and Micah ain't caring because Micah would have gotten his payday. You know what I'm saying? That's just how the game goes. But with how the game goes, now Micah knows, hey, I'm up next, and it's only going to be more. I told people years ago, and they laughed at me when I said it. I think it was my boy Tyrone. I said, Micah going to demand quarterback money. I said, he going to demand quarterback money, bro. I'm not saying he going to get it, but it's going to be damn near close. Well, if we looking at how much quarterbacks are getting paid now, and then you look at Myles signing that $40 million deal, yeah, he's definitely, like, pass rushers are getting about mid-tier quarterback money now. So, it's going to get ugly before it gets better, guys. Mike Aldana says, how much is Jerry going to show Mike, and how much love is he going to show him now? I don't know. I don't know how much love he's going to show him, but better. I don't know does anybody know what TJ Watt's making right now? Or I don't know. I just know that the market is set, and I mean, if we sign him now, it's not going to hurt us. Here's the thing, right? And I'm going to say this before I go because I'm not going to stay on here. I'm not going to hold you guys too long. Now the franchise tag has even gone up just because of that deal. The franchise and the money that you would need to franchise him has gone up. It would behoove you to get a deal done so that you don't have to franchise him next year. And then if you franchise him next year, you're still on the books for that money. And then Micah could hold out. And then that pushes things back and all of that. It will behoove you to show your best player the love he deserves, man. Go show your best player the love that he deserves. Get to the table. Get to the table. Before you do that, though, you got to figure out what you're doing with J. Lou. But get Micah and J. Lou to the table. Get Micah and J. Lou to the table. And we'll see where we're going with that. But I appreciate you guys who did tune in to listen to me, kind of rant. I was supposed to be playing the game while I'm talking to y'all, but I kind of had to get some things off my chest, and sometimes having this platform allows me to do that, and I appreciate you guys for allowing me to do that. It wasn't no ranting, wasn't no calling no people bees and calling them out of their name. Wasn't none of that today. It was more so like me just coming back, cool, calm, collected, coming back from a coach's clinic, like I did last year. And honestly, I thought that it made my content better, but I also know that we're running into a time where things are getting a little scary, and we like our microwave dinners now. You know what I'm saying? Nisi says, I guess Myles didn't want to go to a contender, but Cleveland can still trade him. Their business sense is way off. Look at their QB situation. Yeah, for sure. For sure. I think it's like this. Maybe the trade market wasn't out there. And I think that's what it is. I think that teams are using that as leverage too. Nisi, I'm glad you said that. I don't know if it's necessarily bad business sense by the Browns to want to keep their best player. Because at the end of the day, they still have to have their fans want to be excited about something. And Myles is in. It's like, if I'm gonna be in this dump, I might as well get paid. I might as well get my money. Because at the end of the day, when I look back at my career, I gotta make sure that I did everything possible to hold on to that. I did everything possible to earn everything that I could earn during the time that I'm playing, because I can't guarantee that when I'm done playing that I'm going to get taken care of. I can't guarantee those things. I can't guarantee that I'll have another dime come in. Doesn't matter how great of a player I am now. Maybe I'm not that marketable. Maybe I'm not good on the microphone. Maybe I can't have a podcast. The one thing that I do know about the NFL is once the league is done with you, they're done with you. Once the league is done with you, they're done with you. The endorsements don't hit the same. And if you didn't invest your money the right way in the right things, then you're kind of screwed. So you got to while you're playing, you got to get what you can get, especially when the iron's hot, because you never know what's going to happen. So I think that's what happened there. And they came to an agreement. They probably asked for an astronomical amount for what they want to trade him for, similar to Seattle. Seattle talking about a 1-3 for a 900-yard receiver. Like, what? A 900-yard receiver, a first and a third? Man, y'all can kick rocks. I can guarantee you Seattle going to go back to the table. But DK ain't getting no $30 million. Not for no 900 yards. You missed me with that. Lola Cowboys, what do you think about Gallup coming back to the NFL? Good for him. Good for him. Would I like to see him in Dallas? Probably not. I'm ready to move on from our type of guys and get different types of receivers. Somebody different that's going to help CD. Like, we've already seen Gallup. We've seen enough Gallup. We've seen probably more Gallup than I would have liked to have seen. I'm ready to bring somebody else in here. Ready to bring some new blood in here. If it's Ted McMillan at 12, then bring Ted in here. If it's a free agent if it's Devontae Adams, at what the market's going to be for him. I think it was Brian and Vach. I know I did get this from Brian and Vach. When they looked up the market for Devontae Adams, and it looked like it was about $13 million, so he'll probably ask for more. So we're probably looking at $15 to $17 million or something like that. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. But Michael Gallup, I think you get more out of Devontae Adams at 15 to 17 million than you would get with Michael Gallup if he came back taking like 9 million. I think you just get more out of what it is. Sometimes you just gotta pay money, dog. It is what it is. Or sis, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes you just gotta pay money. Chris B says reported Seattle lowered the price to a second. I'll be honest with you, Chris. A second round is too rich for my blood when it comes to DK Metcalf. A second is too rich for my blood. For me personally. But if Dallas went ahead and did that, though, I will say this. I wouldn't be mad at it. I'm going to tell y'all that now. I wouldn't be mad at it because we suck in the second round. We're terrible in the second round. And with that, that would mean that they're committing to paying him the money. But now you're looking at what Myles is making and what you're going to have to pay Micah. I do know that the one thing I like about DK, I like that he's physically imposing. I did a video on it, so you guys can go and check and see what it is that I like about him, what are the pros and the cons. I do think that it's a fit here. I do think that he's somebody that could change the landscape of what we do. But I'm not willing to keep waiting on Micah's situation. I'm not willing to do that. The dude right now is on pace to be a first ballot Hall of Famer. He's on pace to be a first ballot Hall of Famer. So, and he's young too. Like, Micah's a baby, bro. He's a baby. You extend him. He's going to be good for a long time. He's going to be good for a long time. Good for a long time, guys. He has a skill set to be one of those ones. So, go take care of that. Make sure he's not disgruntled. Chris B said, I'd do it for a second, but not giving them $30 million a year. Hell no. I'm not giving a 900-yard receiver $30 million a year. Hell no. I'm good. All right, Mike Aldana said, Jerry would do that without a second thought. He wasted a fourth for Trey Lance. And that's just it. We also, right now, and I don't want to say we wasted a fourth for Mingo because we don't really know what Mingo can do, but we gave up a fourth. So so understand that your second and your fourth in this year's draft is DK and Mingo. And then you still wouldn't be done with the receiver room. You still would need more. But that once again, they go to, we're giving a lot of money to this receiver room. And then you can't guarantee that they won't air that thing out again. Can't guarantee it. So, Carl Albra said, what up, DMV, bro? Can we get a wide receiver in the draft or get a lower trade for a receiver? I personally want to buy a receiver before the draft. Now, if Tet is still there at 12, I'm taking Tet, but I'd rather buy a receiver. I'd rather buy a number 2 that I know can play. I'm sick of waiting on the potential of Jalen Tolbert to show. Potential's not good enough for me anymore. I think that we've gotten suckered into liking or loving potential. At this point in the NFL, the way that the NFL works is what have you done for me lately? Did he have 7 touchdowns last year? Yes. But the way that the NFL works, you need a number 2 that is consistent. I don't think Tolbert was consistent enough for me. Do I think he's a number 3? Yeah. Do I think he's like a number 3 or 4? Yeah, I do. I've been saying that last year. But I remember arguing with my girl Star about it. Like, her stance was he has the potential to be a 2. But I'm like, he ain't a 2, and it's not helping us quarterback. It's not helping us quarterback that is not consistent enough. That he's not a consistent enough threat. That he's not on the first page of the scout report. It doesn't help your quarterback. It don't help us right now. That your potential don't help us right now. We need guys that's going to help us right now. That's what, like, if you get too many tryhards and you get too many guys off of their potential, you're going to get a 7-10 team like we got. You're going to get a 7-10 team. You got to have people that can play right now. Look at how college football is doing, right? Look at the NIL. Look at how people are handling that. College coaches right now are not really getting high school players that can't play as it is right now, that can't step on the field in day one. They'd rather go get a FCS kid or D2 kid or somebody that understands what college is than to go get a high schooler, because they want to hit the ground running. They want somebody that understands scheme, that understands what it is to lift weights, that their body's ready from day one, and all of that type of stuff. That's where I'm at with this free agency approach, with the receiver position. Cooks was that, but Cooks wasn't to the level that I'm talking about right now. With his skill set, Cooks is a number 3 too. Like, we keep trying to force these number 3s and these number 4s into what we think a number 2 should be next to CeeDee Lamb. And if CeeDee Lamb's not having a good game, we're cooked. No pun intended. So, Chris B said, oh, by the way, we know Parsons' contract on the drag on until training camp. It's how they do business, headlines, for sure. Which is crazy to me, because I would think you want to get his deal done so the fans could commit to training camp. Y'all saw how dead it was last year. Y'all saw it. Nisi said, agreed, and I like Tolbert, but I'm not in love with him. And that's the same thing I was talking about with the draft. You know, same thing I'm talking about with the draft. Now, what I will say this. Is Shoddy going to give Tolbert a chance? Is he going to give Jalen Brooks a chance and stuff like that? Because he patted them on the back in order to get that job. You know, he patted them on the back, and part of it is the players' trust and all that type of stuff. Personally, bro, just get better players, man. You only get one chance at this coaching thing. You only get one chance, bro, and nobody else gave you that shot. You had offers. I think you had opportunities to get other coaching jobs, but as you know, it don't come around like that often. And this is your dream. So I'm speaking to Shadi right now when I say this. You don't owe none of these players nothing, bro. Because your lifelong dream and everything that you put into this, like, it all depends on how you perform. Appreciate you, Chris B, for the super chat, man. It all depends on how you perform as a coach, bro. So, let me see. Chris, he said the Garrett contract just gives the Cowboys an excuse not to spend the money in free agency. They're going to say the money for Parsons. Watch. I agree with that. Hey, appreciate you, dog. Appreciate the love, dog. Every time I get a super chat or something like that, man, I just think to myself, man, thank you, because it makes me feel like I'm good enough to where the fans like appreciate me, and it feels good to feel appreciated sometimes. So thank you for that, my guy. Carl said, check this out. Can one say that Jerry lack of concern and Mike coaching last year had a big impact on the season? For sure. For sure, man. They're fighting. They're infighting. Had an issue. Or you know, obviously they weren't clicking. Part of it had to do with the fact that they didn't extend Mike. Everybody was on pins and needles. Mike didn't leave. Mike wasn't looked around the building as somebody that everybody loved. I think the players did, but I don't think the organization in a whole, everybody was on the same accord. I don't think that the culture, we talk about culture, we're always talking about culture, but you can't have a culture when the top people are infighting. Like, think about this, right? We've all been here before. When mom and dad are fighting in the house, for those that were blessed to have both parents, right? Or however your structure is, when the adults are fighting, you know, the livelihood for the kids, you know, there's a big difference. But when mom and dad are on the same accord, you know, life can move pretty smoothly. That's where it was, man. And no matter how people want to say it, You're going to have to take sides. There are going to be sides. There's going to be a line drawn. And you think the kids don't see you fighting, but the kids see you fighting. They see you fighting. And in their mind, they're picking sides. Or, you know, they're playing both sides, or they double agent and all that type of stuff. Nishi said, Shadi needs to take advantage of being a new head coach with the Cowboys. They love you, so go shopping and get everything on your list. Go to the gourmet store, not the Dollar Tree. Thank you, Nishi. Hey, you hit. Hey, that's what I'm talking about. Those type of comments right there, man. You know, between that and the super chats and all that stuff. Glad I went live because I wasn't gonna go live. I actually before I don't know what made me. You know, it's Sunday. You know, sometimes God put the spirit in you to go do stuff that you don't want to really go do. I really talked to Tuck in Rome and said, man, I think I'm done with Cowboys content creation. I promise you. I was like, man, I think I'm done. Because I really just want to talk actual football, or, you know, like, for example, the things that we're talking about right now, these are the things that I want to talk about. I don't really want to get into things being really, really messy. But I will talk about things like locker room dynamics and leadership. Those are part of the game. Those are part of the game. They are. You know what I'm saying? Whether people want to believe it or not. I sat in on a seminar yesterday. And, oh, thank you, Lola. Appreciate you. DMV said she said, DMV, we appreciate you. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Thank you. You've been one from day one. Yeah, but of course you know that. Of course you know that. But I sat in on an offensive presentation about RPOs and stuff yesterday. Because I'm like, when I'm setting up my offense, I do have an offense, by the way. I was an offensive coordinator before. So I'm always tweaking things. I'm always learning new things. I mean, part of why I started my channel is so that I could stay sharp for the guys that I coach. You know, college schemes and NFL schemes, there are always new things. So you gotta stay on top of the curve. But what this coach told me is, I mean, this route combination, like I let the guys work it out. I let the kids work it out. They weren't kids, but they were college coach at Towson. And it's like, you know, they come up with the signals and they go with what's comfortable for them based on what the look is. And I'm like, damn, it's that simple. It's that simple. It's crazy, you know. Wait, Cowboys Thanos said Rams just lower asking price for Cup, want a fifth now. I wouldn't hesitate on that. Go make that. Dallas, go make that, bro. Give up one of them damn fifths. Because I feel about Cup the way that I feel about Devontae Adams. I think Cup could come in and make a difference. I love his game. He plays winning football, man. He really does. I mean, have y'all watched Cooper Kupp block? Have y'all watched how unselfish he is, really, truly? I think that he would be a great asset to Dak Prescott. His IQ probably is around what Dak's would be, because those are some of the things that Matt Stafford talked about. If the Rams are asking for a 5th round pick, bro, make that. That's easy. That's easy peasy. That's stealing, guys. That's us giving Amari up for a 5th. That's us giving Amari up. If they lowered it to a 5th, come on, bro. Like, how many 5ths do we got, man? If y'all don't let go of one of them damn 5th round picks and call it a day. Carl said, Cup and draft a wide receiver. Yeah. But my only thing is, if I get Cup, I'm not drafting a receiver at 12 unless Tet just falls in my lap and Tet's just sitting there. That's the only guy that's the only real receiver that I really want to draft at 12. I promise y'all. I promise. Chris B said, only problem is Cup contract. It's like $22 million. Hey, Chris, we got money, bro. We got money now. I said, bro, we cleared cap with Dak and them's contract. We cleared it to where we at 54 mil right now. All you got to do is just kind of, you know, play with the numbers and stuff like that. But, yeah, bro, we got money. We not broke. We's not broke no more. We's delivered. We's delivered. We's not broke no more. We's not broke. Hell no. Hey, go 22 million. I don't give a damn. Go sign them. Sign them. Hell yeah, bro. We ain't talking about nothing. I'd go get, and to be honest, he'll probably be there. I don't know what's going on. I hear people outside. But I wouldn't hesitate on getting Omari Hampton. I wouldn't hesitate on getting Omari Hampton at 12. I wouldn't hesitate on it. If I get Cooper Kupp with a 5th round pick, I'm getting one of the running backs that I love. I know Dallas loves Hampton. I know that they love Genty. They're trying to act like they don't love Genty, you know, making them go to the local day and all that stuff. Go get the back you love, man. Go get the back you love right there, and let's commit to a winning football formula. Let's commit to a winning football formula. And we still could draft a receiver in the draft with we could double up there. We could double up there with even getting Cooper Kupp with one of the 5ths. I still could maybe get one in the 3rd or something like that. Like, man, Quan, they ain't got to eat no money, bro. Go get him. Go get him, dog. We got money, bro. We got money. Yeah, Carl, Von Miller got released. I'm looking at Von, bro. Like I said, NIL, bro. NIL approach. Can you help me now? I think Von would love pairing up with Micah Parsons. I think he would love pairing up with Micah Parsons. Hell yeah, bro. I'm looking at anybody that can help this football team. Von Miller can still play. He can still play. Yeah, Quan, that's your problem, dog. You just like the front office. We've been doing that for years. Oh, that price tag this, price tag that. Bro, we ain't won shit. We haven't won nothing to be cheap. We've been cheap and we still haven't been winning. We haven't spent no money. We haven't tried that. What's the price tag gonna hurt? What's the price tag gonna hurt? It's not your money, dog. It's not your money that you're giving out of your pocket. So why do you care what it costs? Is that gonna hurt us? You know what I'm saying? Like, now I don't want to overpay for a name. He can play. We're talking about somebody that can play. Who can play the game right now. If we draft a receiver, look at the tackle. Look at the tackle right now. Look at Guyton, for example. Did Guyton help us last year? Did Guyton help us? In the draft, you can't guarantee that these guys can come in here day one and play. I know Cooper Kupp can still play. Was he hurt last year? Yeah. Before Nate, come on, get the fuck out of here with that shit, bro. Get out of here with that. You talking to me. You talking to me. No disrespect. But you talking to me, dog. You gonna say like you trying to pay for a name? You don't know who I am to say that. That's crazy. That's ridiculous. You are nuts if you think I'm trying to just throw money at a name. What? Come on, bro. Get out of here with that. Now, a name, there are people out there with names. There are people out there with names that I wouldn't hit or that I wouldn't get. But no, that's not what I'm saying at all. I want a guy that can play. We talking about injury history. I mean, if we being 100, his injury history ain't probably worse than Dak's. And we signed him. Dak probably got the worst injury history on the team. If we being 100. But his injury history might be because of what we asked him to do. Same thing with Cooper Kupp. His injury history might be, look at him. Look at what the Rams asked him to do. The Rams was asking him to block edges and stuff like that, bro. They was asking him to block edges and stuff in the gap scheme. So, like I said, bro, you got to talk football to me. You got to look at what the Rams are asking him to do. Like, no disrespect. They were asking him to do a lot of physical things. You think we going to ask him to do all this stuff the Rams was asking him to do in the run game? I don't think so. But I'm just saying, like, you got to, I mean, injury history, bro. Dak been hurt, 3 out of the last 4 years? Injury history. Trayvon been hurt like a mug. Sometimes scared money don't make no money though, bro. We gotta do what we gotta do to make sure we got a good roster. I mean, we got a bunch of healthy guys that ain't busting a damn grape. We got guys healthy as hell that ain't busting no grape. Cheap guys too. Cheap guys. Yeah, but Tolbert. Oh my God, no. Ooh. We are not. Yeah, nah, hell no. I would rather pay $22 million, but again, it's not my money. But I done seen Tolbert play. I've seen him play for 3 years now. It's either shit or get off the pot. I've seen him play. I need something different, or I need him on the roster, but I need somebody better than him that's taking those snaps. That's where I'm at right now. I need somebody better than him taking the snaps. Cooper Kupp is better than him, and you can move him around, and he's a smarter football player. Let's just keep it a buck. He's a smarter football player. He's gonna make things easier for everybody around. That's a fact. Jalen Tolbert struggled with the playbook. He struggled with the playbook with Kellen and all of that type of stuff. And then all of a sudden, he struggled when Kellen wasn't here. Last year was probably his best year. But we're talking pedigree. Pedigree does matter. And again, it's not his fault what we asked him to do. I mean, as far as like the pressure of okay, it's your turn now, dog. It's your turn now. I mean, I don't know. But like give me somebody that can play. Give me somebody that can play and keep getting me guys that can play. You know what I'm saying? I'm tired of just building only through the draft. Yeah, Quan. That's what I'm saying. You're not just bringing in Cooper Kupp and nobody else. You're still bringing in fresh bodies, but I need fresh. That's what I was saying. Like, if it's a fifth, and I'm eating that. If it's a fifth, I'm doing it. If it's a fifth, because think about what we were gonna do with a fifth. We were gonna probably draft a receiver anyway. We probably were gonna get probably was gonna get somebody that wasn't a starter somewhere. We probably was gonna get somebody that wasn't a starter somewhere that has potential. And then we were gonna pay him cheap money and he wasn't gonna give us nothing. That's Jalen Brooks, guy. Like we're probably gonna draft another Jalen Brooks. I just would rather spend the money at this point for it and get somebody that can play rather than wait for that person after year 3 or year 4. You know what I'm saying? Then all of a sudden we looking at them like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just think that the money, with creating the money that we did, sometimes you got to take those gambles because we're taking the gambles on the draft picks anyway. We tried it that way. That's kind of where I'm at, though. Now, and I'm not saying that, though. You know, we're having a good conversation. I was just saying, like, I didn't want to spend the money just for a name. It's because I think he can help us. I think he can make us a better team. Now, I know my guy Boss is big on Keenan Allen. I'm not so much big on Keenan Allen for just names. You know what I'm saying? Just because I'm tired of Dak making the tight window throws. And I seen Keenan play last year, and I don't really think he got the burst. I don't really think he got the burst in and out of his cuts the same that he did. So I wouldn't be mad at it, but that's not what I don't want Keenan Allen. A guy like Devontae Adams. I would take Devontae Adams just because I know he's strong with his hands. He's a bigger physical. Like, you're not going to not respect him. Same thing with Cooper Kupp. You're going to respect him. Like, we need somebody that is opposite of CD or on the field with him that they have to respect him too. We need that. We need that for sure. And that's why I was big on the DK until, they was talking about a 1 and 3 or 2, and then he talking about $30 million. Like, you ain't getting $30 million, champ. You might get. I would tell you how to handle DK. Because he's had 3 years of really good production, and then he's had, like, I think 3 years of okay production. He's had 3 years of okay production. I probably would give him in between whatever top receiver money is and whatever number 2 receiver money is, which I think that ends up being what? I think that's around, like maybe 24, 25 mil, something like that. That's where we're starting. We're starting at those numbers. Not giving you $30 million, champ, a year. For effing what? For what? No. And having to give up draft capital? Hell nah, bro. Hell no. Hell no. They just going to have to cut you. But they probably won't. They'll probably iron out another deal in Seattle. So, I'm not worried about that no more. Not worried about that no more. But if the Rams is talking about a 5th, and then, like, think about this. I was talking about DK. And I give him 25. If Kupp is already making his deal or whatnot, and then I got to give up a 5th, I think that's the better deal. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's kind of where I'm at with that. And I'm glad we able to talk it out. But, yeah, $30 million, that's crazy. That's ridiculous. Hell no. Hell no. Like, bro, did you even make the Pro Bowl last year? I don't know. He might have. I'm just saying that off the top of my head. He might have. But man, let me get off this thing, man. I'm gonna holler at y'all at some point. I know we're supposed to be doing a Cover 3 show, and this really helped me get back though. This kind of helped me get my spirits back. Appreciate some of the super chats out there, man. God bless y'all. I appreciate the ones that have been rocking with me. We got 46 likes in here. If you didn't like it, please hit the like button so that more people see it and we have more of these type of discussions. I said that I want to talk more with the people, and maybe that's exactly what it is that I need to do. So, hey, Quan, bro, salute to you, my guy. We had a good conversation, and sometimes, like, I felt myself slipping, and then I was just like, nah, man, like, let me articulate it a little bit better. Let me articulate what I want to say a little bit better, and then you articulated what you wanted to say better. And then that's what the community needs to be. I was about to go and do what the community be doing all the time, and I was about to be I was about to be a hypocrite, but then I was like, nah. Let me dial it back and let's bring it back. Let me dial it back, let me bring it back. And that's what it's all about, man. But yeah, exactly, my dude. So y'all have a great Sunday. Myles Garrett got his deal. Hopefully Micah's on the way. They better hurry up because next year it'll probably be $50 million. But we out. Peace.